Let's see if I'm muted or not. I'm not. Hello and welcome to the stream, everyone. Sorry we're late. I haven't even got to open my beer yet. There we go. Beer of the evening. Mardesu Triple, big bottle, 75. Some beer SMR. Something to start off the stream. Elliot, thanks for the subscription. And yeah, I woke up 19 minutes ago, so I'm pretty happy that we're kind of on time, even though we're not. But just because of that as well, we should probably just go on with the show. So without further ado, I'm gonna introduce the first guest of the evening and my co-commentator for the first match of Epic, and that is none other than the elf maestro himself, Rofellas. Hello there, welcome.
Hey Gordon, thanks for having me. Nice to be here.
You're very red for being an elf. One could think you are a goblin.
Yeah, I saw all the slime bannings for today, so I thought, like, why not make myself a bit more red to honor all our Valen red guys.
Yeah, people were smart today for good content banning Sly. Love it.
Yeah, it really felt like there was a lot of fear for the red guys. For today.
Oh, that reminds me, I don't even have the like banning image and so on for today's stream. Anton is probably watching the stream and can send it in the Discord. I can download it in real life and add it, so we can look at what people have done for this evening.
Yeah, it's an interesting one for the bannings today. Like I looked it up myself, what the matchups could be and what nice bannings would be from both perspectives. So we could talk a little bit about that because there were some interesting choices made, and especially after the bannings, there's a lot to choose from for both of the players because it's an interesting decision, I would say.
Yeah, and there we have it. I found it in the channel. Thank you, Lick, for subscribing. 2 months now. Nice. Hope you are enjoying the content still, even though I'm a bit last minute fix today. I think I can just copy that one like this and like that. Sorry, I need to close the door here. And then if I just press a button real quick, we'll see if we can have a look at the decks for today. That's correct. That's correct. That's week 2. First match, Gian Alberto banning Form of the Anji and Sly. Can you please tell me about Form of the Anji?
Form of the Anji is a very, very cool deck. It's basically a black-white mid-range deck that has a sort of a combo finish with Academy Rector, and when you sack the Academy Rector, you find Form of the Dragons, and you just dome your opponent 4 times to win the game. It's a pretty awesome deck, but unfortunately, we're not gonna see it this round. But there might be a revenge of the Anji in the second round.
Yeah, it is one of the unbanned decks, so to speak, for Gian to choose from there in game 2. Or match 2. But yeah, I think overall I saw a long time when people played like Pattern Rector, they didn't play Form of the Dragon in it for like 2 years, and
no,
I like what? It's like auto win against so many decks.
yeah, and actually, like the 3 decks that Alberto has. All 3 have a shot against the Form of the Anji deck. The rock in the discard, land still in the counter spells, and Sly can just burn for 5 whenever you land the Form of the Dragon. So I was a little surprised by the Form of the Anji ban, because I think Alberto has a shot against the deck. But it is also a deck that you don't know what's happening and you don't feel comfortable playing against such a deck, I can see like you're choosing like, okay, I'm not really 100% sure how to play against it, so I'm just gonna ban it. And I like that decision as well.
That's a nice way of doing it. What's your thoughts when banning decks? Because you haven't played yet. You're up
No,
next
I
week.
haven't.
Or
Yeah, actually, yeah, I'm up next week, and I'm playing against Anti, and I'm playing against Phil. Um, and what I did for both my opponents, I just made a matrix in which I looked at every possible scenario that could come up. So I thought like, okay, here is what Phil and Anti can do, and then these would be my responses. So I made a matchup analysis, how good I thought the matchup was, and then I selected the banning where I thought like, okay, this is the banning where I remove the most negative matchups from the matrix. Yeah.
let's see. I'm fixing a bit with the players. They have some problems coming in, it seems. Even though we've done tech test and all those things.
Yeah, everything should be working fine, right?
Yeah, but first question that comes is, where do I go? What do I do? I'm not mad at all.
If you want, I can talk a bit about the matchups that
That is
like.
what you should. What do you think we'll see here in the game one?
Yeah, yeah. I can fill this. I honestly think that that if I look at the matchups, like Landstill and the Rock kind of have a similar game plan. They both don't mind going long, but like you've got Recurring Nightmare in the Rock, you have Factor Fictions and a lot of late game cards in Landstill. So against those two strategies, I think Goblins is most well suited to punish that. And if Alberto thought the same thing, out of the two decks, I think the Rock has a bit of a better matchup against Goblins than Landstill has, because he has Ancient Plague in the sideboard. And mainboard, you have Pernicious Deeds and enough way to make card advantage. So I think of Landstill and the Rock, I think the Rock has a bit of a better matchup against Goblins. So I would probably choose the Rock if I were Alberto. And that brings it back to Gianmarco. Like, if Gianmarco thinks, like, okay, this is what Alberto is thinking, now it gets interesting.
Yeah.
Because now you have the decision to make. And now you can think, like, okay, do I like red-green Goblins best against the Rock? Or do I like Rotoc best against the Rock? And I honestly, if I was Gianmarco, I would probably play Groatok, because I would put Alberto on the Rock. And therefore, I think Groatok versus the Rock will be the match that is going to be played.
Okay, I do hope the players are at least following the rules of not watching the stream, because I'm going to tell you what we're going to see, and we're gonna have a look at their decks while they try to solve their tech issues. Thank you very much. So what was your final guess here now then? It was Groatok the Rock, or...
Yeah, I would say it's going to be Groatok versus the Rock, depending on how many layers of thought are going to be put into. But I can also see like if you like, I like Groatok more as a deck as well, so I might be a little biased. I would like to see Groatok versus the Rock. Yeah.
Here it comes. The answer for player one: Goblins.
It's Goblins. Nice.
So you were wrong. We're gonna see a pretty classic straight up red-green Goblins list, same as last stream, and he is facing off with dun, 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 dun. You were wrong again. Here's Landstill.
My god, it was Landstill. Oh my, I'm just the worst. Just do the opposite of what I think, and you're probably right.
The exact opposite. Kind of cool.
Yeah, in every possible way. Yeah, that's an interesting matchup. I think that this can go either way. Like I think Gianmarco probably wants to go for a turn in Lackey, as all the Goblin players do. I think his main board is a little weak against Landstill because like he really prepared for all the tribal decks with 3 Pyrokinesis main board. So I think like normally the Goblin deck is a little bit favored game 1, but I think it's about 50-50 if you calculate in the Pyrokinesis that are in the main board. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there are only 2 elf players in the tournament, so the Pyrokinesis main board is a bit of a stretch now.
They really don't like the players today. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut myself out, so you can talk about the matchup. And you can tell me if you want to see either lists, because I will hear you.
Yeah, okay. Let me start with the Goblin deck. Let's just switch back to the Goblin deck. So I feel this is kind of like a stock list for Goblins, except for the 3 Pyrokinesis main board. There's 1 Sharpshooter main board, 2 Incinerators. There's an additional Goblin King from like very basic stock list, and there are Blood Moons in the sideboard. I think Marco really prepared for like a lot of creature matchups. And let's see. So I think for this particular matchup, it feels that the deck is well suited to take down Landstill, as is any Goblin deck. But the lack of having only 4 ports and no additional wastelands really doesn't help the deck accomplish the goal of just putting a threat in, and then either grinding the game out or disrupting the opponent for the mana. Yeah, and if I then look at the Landstill list, let's move over to the Landstill list. We see that this deck is pretty well suited. Goblin deck. Hey, look at that! I think we're almost.
Yeah, we're almost there. Some problems, but here I'm back.
Nice. Welcome back.
We have in chat, Wasteland is not played in the Goblins deck. What's your take there? With 4 ports instead, is that a better?
I think it's fine. I think Goblins need to make its land drops anyway. So usually, like if they beat your Lackey, you need to play some fair magic instead of winning the game on the spot. So I think having ports instead of Wasteland, like I always had the idea that it's was 50-50. Sometimes the port was better, sometimes the Wasteland was better, but making and having a land drop always felt nice. So I prefer the ports over the Wastelands, but I also like 1 or 2 additional Ancient Tombs and up the land count a bit.
Yeah.
Well, which of the decks do you like, Gordon? Do you have a clear favorite?
First of all, I'm a very anti-aggro player. I don't like slaying goblins, even though goblins is cooler because it's grindy as well. It's not really an aggro deck. It just can be very aggressive. I actually see it more grindish, just because it has a lot of card advantage and stuff. But when it gets the Lackey draw into whatever and just crushes the opponent in a couple of turns. So I'm not a favorite gameplay-wise there. But then again, it's Landstill.
Traditional. Huh?
It's a very classic match.
Classic.
But the thing is, I believe Landstill will take this down.
Yeah,
I think 3 Wrath of God main decks.
Yeah, and 5 red elemental, blue elemental type
Oh
spells.
shit! Oh, he was
Sideboard also helps.
expecting.
Yeah, the only thing I think that Alberto has against him is the choices of counter spells, but I'll forgive him for that.
Yeah, I kind of like that actually. It's rock and roll, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah, it's like double rock and roll because there's like 3 versions.
Yeah, don't you want to use 4 different if you're going for different?
Yeah, like add a beta one in the mix as well.
By the way, we go down to the game area now and see if everything is working as should, and that they do play a bit strange angle there on Alberto, but hopefully that'll be okay. Gonna zoom in a bit there so we see his cards a bit better. And I have sent the players a message that they can start, but of course he asks me anyway.
Let's get this.
Sorry that I'm so maddish today, even more than usual. And that is just because I woke up immediately here. I had a very, very stressful day. And when people then don't read simple instructions, god damn it, I'm a perfectionist, you know.
It's okay. We started. Kind of. We're taking mulligans, I guess.
Yeah, no, there's a fetch land. Now we'll see. We see some dice and a phone there, but and that scares me a lot because they have gotten a special life counter that automatically updates the life counter here on stream.
Yeah. You want to tell us a bit more about it?
Yeah, it's Slanfan, the one behind Tularia, who just, oh, do you want that? I'll fix it. And I like, he is such a great guy. He was here this weekend because we had actually a small tournament and a meetup. And when he was drunk, he was like, oh, there was a bug? I'll fix it. And yeah. The only thing is that the colors are off, so player 1 is green instead of blue, but hey, details.
Who's looking at the details anyway, right?
Exactly.
It's surprising that the Goblin player didn't, Jamargo didn't start with a turn 1 Lackey, which is promising for Alberto.
Yeah. How much do you think you should fetch, fetch, he was just fetching, mulligan for that to get the turn 1 Lackey? How important is it?
It's not that important in this matchup. I think this matchup is a little grindy anyway, and Alberto is probably the one that needs to kind of mulligan towards the Swords to Plowshares, so you can like use that to your advantage by keeping some slower hands as well. Because I think the Goblin deck can just grind it out with the Ringleaders as well. I think the Ringleader is kind of the most important card in the matchup, and like netting you some card advantage and letting you grind all the way to a victory. Yeah, and of course, like you have some Lackey wins where you just go turn 1 Lackey, but with like Alberto knows that there's a 50% chance that his opponent is playing goblins, so he needs to have a Swords to Plowshares. So I would just not take it.
Yeah, we could say that as well for people, so they know that the players don't know what the other player has chosen to play until they see it now. So we knew, but the players did not. And yeah, it's a very, very slow start. No turn 2 play either, but now we have a factory and we're going into like the 3 Wrath of God territory.
Yeah.
I think you need to be quick game 1 because of those things. And game... Okay, Landstill is not gonna win. Or wait, yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think this is fine. I mean, just open with a Goblin Matron. Just slowly build a board. It seems like is one of the better things to do. Just play some cards, see what your opponent is up to. But the thing is, if you don't put enough on the board fast enough, you'll give Alberto the time to just cast Factor Fictions and grind out the game to his advantage. So you need to play some amount of haymakers in between.
Yeah. But now, like as I said earlier, there the Goblin deck can grind, and that's so it's not over. Even if it's an aggressive deck, it's not over.
Yeah, but now comes a card. Let's see. It's the humility.
And that's a pretty
I
good
was
card.
afraid of that. Yeah. This card is so insane against goblins. Like, especially now, if he has a second white source, you'll be able to deploy it. And usually, like especially with already a Misha's Factory in play, this means that
he should
the
also
game
take
is
one
gonna-
more damage, by the way.
Yes, he does.
So,
yeah.
players, real quick, 1 damage there to Alberto for the Enlightened Tutor.
Yeah, Antti was fast last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is more like a slow-paced style match. Now here's the humility. The Enlightened Tutor was one of in his deck, so this just means like Gianmarco doesn't have any outs for the humility mainboard. So his only job is to go wide, try to accumulate a lot of goblins or 1/1s on the board, and pray that Alberto does not have a Wrath of God.
Yeah. But 3 mana 1/1s aren't amazing.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a downside to them, one might say.
Yeah, a bit. Let's see, do I have... Let's see... Oh, I've done...
Yeah, the Mishra that's in play can be tapped with the Rishidan port. So for now, Gianmarco can just chip for 2 per turn.
that's if something, like...
That's something, yes. But here we have a couple of more 1/1s filling the board. And now, like if Alberto now has a Wrath of God, that means it's like in the bag for him. But we'll have to see that. The thing is also that Alberto has 2 Ethiker wastes, meaning that he needs to pay a couple of lives anyway. So like it's not over, but it's gonna be tough.
Yeah. I hate being that commentator that's like, it's over. We can say how much we want, but... Because it makes for bad content, but it's kind of over.
Yeah. Like if I have to put percentages on this, I think it's like 95-5.
Something like
that.
that.
So for 5% I would still play. If now a Wrath of God resolves, that would end the match on the spot.
Yeah, killing those and having humility, then we have counters and everything. That's
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and in the sideboard, Gianmarco at least has a couple of options, but there are also like the 5 blue elemental blasts.
Let's see. Factor Fiction main phase, I believe.
Main phase. What would he be digging for? Is he
if
just
it doesn't
looking
have a
for
land
lands?
drop, why not? Like, but I'm not sure it's the main phase. But I think he took the damage from the attack. It may have been end step, but like, wasn't the humility play? Yeah.
It's the end of turn. I heard.
Okay, perfect. Like, if I'm Trondo and know the opponent can play a deck with 5 blue elemental blasts, I would be afraid to pick goblins.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah, that's a good reason to pick Grow Talk. One might say, right?
We have a
Yeah.
chat here. I'm not even sure Landstill is favored yet.
I would like.
There's 3 Wrath of God main in that Landstill list. But sure, like we haven't seen any removal spells yet. Not even a 1-for-1. Like sure, he can not draw any now 3 turns in a row. Then he's dead.
Yeah, that's true. But he also has 12 lives. So I think like in 3 turns a lot can happen. So like he only played a Humility and an Enlightened Tutor yet. So his hand must have some kind of gas. So saying Goblins is favored here seems a bit optimistic for me.
Yeah, but maybe actually not 95, just because we haven't seen any removal yet, not a counter, anything. But that also leads me to believe that he has the Wrath of God, but have just kept it to, I don't know why.
Yeah, I think 3 damage, trading 3 damage to cast Reflective Fiction just to... Like, if you draw a Degree of Justice here, Degree of Justice is basically Wrath of God draw a card here. So for
Because that's
me,
not a good play. A powder keg.
Playing the powder keg here, leaving open Plains, Islands, Mishra's Factory, that signals that he doesn't have a counterspell.
Yeah. Maybe he's drawing so cold that Tron actually can fight through a Humility with 3 mana 1/1s.
Yeah.
That would be the game of the century after I've been just like, what the... This is just not even...
Yeah, let's see what's happening here. Like the powder keg is not really great.
Yeah.
There's a Swords to Plowshares.
Yeah, he could go after any of the creatures, probably someone that doesn't have the same casting cost, so he can use the keg.
Yeah, you probably... I would have picked one of the... Yeah, I think the 2 casting cost is nice, because this way you can...
you can kill the 1/1, the 1 mana one if you want, or if you have something else, you can wait for it to become 3.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's another
he probably
3.
like... I think he has Impulse in hand because he did not even try... Oh, yes, a mana leak. Yeah, that could be true as well. Yeah, like Swords to Plowshares signals that at least he does not have Wrath of God or a Degree of Justice in hand. So you can scrap those of your list of cards that he has in his hand. And
yeah, he has drawn a whole lot of nothing after that Humility, it seems.
Yeah, maybe he just kept his hand based on the Humility. And that was about it. He saw like Humility, yes, this is good enough. I would kind of agree with that.
Yeah, because that's good against whatever his opponent had. Even if it was the Rock, Humility is good as well. Like, Humility is always good. It's a very powerful card.
Yeah. Against... Yeah, it would have been great in both of the matchups. But let's see. There's would Alberto not activate his Mishra's Factory out of fear of a Pyrokinesis all the time?
No, I think he has held up mana to do other stuff so far, and he knows it will just be ported, so he hasn't even gone for it.
Yeah,
first he wanted to play the Fact, and then he wanted to play the Mana Leak to stem the bleeding.
Yeah.
But there's a cycled Goblin. And the creatures are still goblins, even though they're 1/1s with no abilities.
Yeah, they sure are. And
they even have the same name. It is actually a Goblin Lackey still.
Yeah, it's still 1/1. It just loses its ability. and
Yeah, and
he
he blows
tries
it as a
to.
1-for-1.
Yeah,
Yeah, he has a very, very weak hand.
like he's just preventing any damage that he can prevent. And I kind
Yeah.
of, I think that's all right in this situation. Oh, there's another Goblin Lackey.
Oh, nice. After he
Like
blows
the,
up the one. But absorb, super card
oh,
here.
yeah,
Taking
that's
one
like a time
damage.
walk attached to your counter spell.
Yep. But he takes one playing it and then gains 2 up to 8.
Yeah, that's only fair, right?
It really is. I like absorb a lot. I know not everyone does. We had a discussion on stream
Yeah, I
that
get
you don't need it. It's a 3-mana counter and so on. But Alberto plays 2 in his landstill list, and I don't think that's a wrong choice. Like those
Yeah.
3 lives in landstill can really mean a lot in some matchups.
Yeah, honestly, like I feel like I'm more of camp 4-bit, but mostly because I think the matchups where Absorb really shines are the matchups that you can easily solve with your sideboard. Because as you can see, Alberto, how Alberto made his sideboard, it feels like he wants to beat the red decks.
Yeah. And
And
I do think Absorb will be boarded out. A 3-mana counter spell against goblins, even though it gives 3 lives. When you have 5 blasts, I think it goes out very quickly.
yeah, for sure. I think that's correct. Yeah, I think you're just basically becoming like a 1 CMC removal deck plus some Wrath of Gods after boarding. Like the interesting one is like Alberto has 2 Enlightened Tutors in its sideboard, and I wonder what the odds are that he's bringing those in this matchup.
Yeah, like the humility is good, but
Countering that 5-mana 1/1. The humility is great. It's
no,
really...
I hate it.
You hate it? Oh, I think it's.
I mean, it's too good.
Yeah, but it's like of all the cards that are being played in pre-modern, like humility is like a classical card. It like if you talk about humility, it has such a rich history in judge questions, in being annoying to play against. I don't know, like it's I don't know, it's like famous for its own kind of history. Oh yeah, and you had like, of course, Jens playing for humilities in Enchantress for whatever reason. I'm not sure why, but but the game is not yet over. He's at 4, and there are like now 3 goblins in play. I mean, Alberto
also
must be sweating here.
But this is so strange. Like, this should not happen. This
Yeah,
is like the 5%. Like, when he landed humility, I believe 95% is correct. Because we had like 1 goblin. Jump played the 3-drop, and then humility came down. Like, that's... He had nothing, and Alberto just sat with all his cards. But then he didn't do anything.
And in this game state, humility is even helping, because now the goblin sharpshooter can just untap without any help.
This is oh my god, this is kind of funny.
Oh yes.
Albert style in chat, like, only have counters in hand. Yeah, we've seen counter every turn now as removal.
Oh yes, yeah. You see all the 5-drops being countered, right? Like 5-mana 1/1 must be countered.
He's down to 1. No, okay, no, there's a coastal tower there. He can play a Wrath of God still.
Yes, he still can. I think his best role would probably be Degree of Justice here. I think Degree of Justice would really...
Yeah. He gets
like
4-1.
give Alberto a shot to get back into this game.
Or just Wrath of God, then Decree.
Yeah, just have it all, or decree into decree into decree into. Yeah. Let's see.
He actually says, "I think I'm dead."
Oh, he says so. Oh.
But like, fact or fiction, he needs
can he draw
land
anything?
and Wrath. He keeps the 2 white.
Did he already play a land? I missed that one.
I don't think so. Okay.
Stand still, not doing anything. Man League, not doing anything. Impulse,
nothing.
Nope. Dust ball. Oh my god.
He doesn't draw shit in the whole game. How did this happen?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm honestly a little flabbergasted by how this game went. Like after humility, with only a Goblin Matron in play, I'm totally impressed.
As Monabird says in chat, didn't he only bring half the deck?
Yeah. He probably thought his opponents was playing rock now.
Oh my god, let's look at the decks for sideboarding here. Oh my god. So you're the resident expert here for match number 1. What will happen?
The pyrokinesis will be boarded out, but I don't need to be an expert to say that, right? So the incinerators will go out as well, and I think you want to play a grindy game. You want to take into account that your opponent has sweepers and has like a shit ton of cheap removal spells. So I think the Goblin Kings and the Sharpshooter are not well suited as well. So you have Blood Moons, which is interesting. I didn't see a lot of Blood Moons yet in Premodern.
No,
which is...
but also we have some here in chat. Cole thinks that was a classic humility game. But he's also the one in chat who had the correct, like, yeah, this is probably Goblin's side. I still don't think you were correct, but you were correct in the end, so I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah.
But
sure.
no, Blood Moon is not played a lot in Premodern, and there's a good reason for it. Because of the limited amount of fetches and no duels to fetch, almost all decks play a lot of basics in their mana base. But it can absolutely still screw over a bit. Like,
I think
double white can start to become very hard.
Yeah, and all your manlands are turned down. So I think I would board in Blood Moon here. Like you have like 3 Blood Moons, then you have the counter spells that for sure will come in, and you have like 3 Pyrokinesis, which is 3, then 2 Incinerators 5, Goblin Sharpshooter 6, and you have 2 Goblin Kings to board out, so that's 8. So you have kind of like 8 cards to board out. So like if you board in the Blood Moons and the Red Elemental Blast / Pyroblast, you have like 7 cards to board in. Then you still have the option to board in a couple of Naturalizes.
Yeah, because those you do need a couple of them, even though there isn't many targets. You need some.
Apparently, you don't need anyone for you.
Okay, sorry, I'm mistaken. I'm sorry.
No.
After this game, I feel like I'm not supposed to be here anymore.
No, yeah, for sure. No, you need a couple of them because Alberto will for sure board in the Circle of Protection red. So you need a couple of Naturalizes for that, making it interesting how to board further. Like I'm not a big fan of Goblin Piledriver in this matchup because you don't really want to board.
I am.
You don't. You like the Goblin Piledrivers?
Yeah, because you know the opponent has 5 blasts. You get 4 creatures that don't die to blast. and you can get lucky because of that. Stranding, like sitting there, the opponent has blasts instead of plows, and so on.
Yeah,
But
fair enough.
like,
You can still
sure,
counter it though, but I get it. How many neutralizers do you think is the correct number to port in?
2, maybe
2.
3. But
Me-
this is not a deck that I'm at all good at. So,
I'm
but
not
you
much of
can't
a Goblin
draw
player
a
either.
lot of naturalizers and then lose. Let's have a look at
Yes,
the other one, because
exactly.
the players are getting ready to start any second now.
Yeah, you obviously have like 7 cards that you immediately put it into your deck.
Yep.
That I really like. What you said during the match. I think the 2 absorbs can go out. You can board out the Seal
Standstills.
of Cleansing and the Dismantling Blow, and let's see what else could be. I don't really like Powder Keg against goblins, but that's just kind of my take, because it's a little too slow for a Wrath of God effect.
Yeah, but what's your take on Standstill after the goblins put some goblins into play? Maybe having
like
some for later game if you remove everything and then drop a Standstill, but not 4.
No, for sure not. I think like when I was playing Land Still, I usually boarded out like all my standstills,
Yeah.
because it's just like I always have saying, like, if like imagine drawing the card, and if I then think like, oh, that's a bad draw, then I usually board it out. So I think the standstills are fine, and I think with 3-factor fictions and the impulses, Land Still usually has enough ways to take over the game.
Yeah. With 5 blasts, Standstill seems good on the play, Langroff in
That's
chat
true.
says.
Yeah.
But then you need all
Yeah.
the 4, and they can... Yeah. This is not my kind of decks, as we talked about earlier, so I'm not gonna do pro commentary. That's up to you, Frank.
Okay, I will try to
I'll
make
just be
the
here
pro
drunk.
plays here. And another, is that a one-lander from Jean Marco, or did he decide to be on the draw?
Alberto.
Oh, sorry.
was
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
you're
play,
right.
So. But
I still,
yeah, exactly. I'm with you. I still think that Alberto won, but no. And Gianmarco did mulligan to 6. It looked like, by the way. Hope you enjoy it more in the next round. Someone says here in chat. Oh my god, what's the next round?
let's see.
Oh, I don't know.
It's probably form of the ING. Like, it can be chosen then, yeah.
But we do have some real pro commentary next round, though. We actually have a surprise guest, or at least I don't think we've said anything. We have founder of the format, Martin Berlin, coming in and guesting to do commentary for the next match. And that's kind of cool. Very happy that he could join us and this early in the league. And these 2 decks, by the way, Goblins and Landstill, were 2 very early decks that we played with in the early days of the format, before going public on the interwebs, so to speak.
Yeah, these decks are like great.
Such
Like, they have a
classics.
rich history in the pre-modern startings, right? Yeah, like looking at this game, I think if I were Alberto, I would have probably left open the Attica Wastes, because leaving open
Blast.
planes signals that you have a Swords to Plowshares, and not a Blue Elemental Blast.
Yeah.
Oh, but did he just take the damage from the War Chief there and not
Yeah.
Swords the oh, so he doesn't have the Swords to Plowshares as well.
And we didn't say that, but we also see the standstill, of course, earlier being red blasted. So we saw standstills still being in the deck there for Alberto. How many, we don't know, but at least one. But
At
maybe
least one, yes.
we went for the Landgraf plan. Like,
Yeah, it doesn't
I will kill the first couple of goblins, then play a landstill, and then I can just continue to kill them. Like,
Yeah, that works. If you have a follow up with the land still, you can draw 3 cards. You can put them under more pressure. I don't know. It feels all right. And with 5 blue blasts, at least you have a decent shot of pulling off that line.
Gordon the Goblin Slayer. Goblin Slayer, that's an anime. That's pretty strange.
I think there's no hydroblast indeed in his hand.
No.
Like if he would have a hydroblast, he would have left open the Edgar Waste on turn 3. Like he might have drawn it.
Oh,
but
that's
I
a
think
good one right now.
Goblin King is nice here.
But let's
I
see.
I feel Alberto kept his hand on Wrath of God. I would be very suspicious of a Wrath of God here. Oh, but there's the mana leak.
Yeah. Could be worth it just because it's 5 damage otherwise, but I don't know if you have the Wrath. Let's see. I just feel I'm doing bad commentary today.
I'm doing fine. Like I need to perform here as the pro expert thingy. But it might be that he's countering the Goblin King, because if he has a Wrath of God, he clearly doesn't have a blue elemental blast, leaves himself open to a resolved Goblin Ringleader. So he might have the Wrath of God, but countering there anyway. So he can keep open a counter here for the Goblin Ringleader. Oh, and circle protection red. That's a good one. And we're not sure if Gianmarco has the naturalized, but at least he doesn't have a green source here, so it doesn't really matter here. But if he has the Wrath of God here, that's very nice. Like you're forcing Gianmarco to over commit to the board, and only like this is the type of situation you want to be in. So you're now just countering the ringleaders and like prevent the rest with the cop red until there's enough goblins to play Wrath of God and really use it as a card advantage engine.
Yeah, and countering Naturalize.
And
Thanks
countering
very
Naturalize. Yeah, unless you have a second cop red.
That could also be straighten up your back. Fuck. I needed that though. But who knows? He beat Humility game 1, so why not beat Copper Red game 2?
Oh yeah.
Celine
I'm
in the
not
house.
surprised with that anymore.
Which username do we have Celine behind? That I don't know. But welcome, long time no see.
Nice.
Yeah, no, Drunk Meter is probably actually a 1 right now. I'm trying my fastest just to down my stress of the tech issues for the first minutes.
That's very nice of you, Gordon. So you woke up like 20 minutes ago, like it's 40 now, but downing a beer right afterwards.
Yeah, that's what needed to be done. Like, the worst days is when you need to, on your way home from work, order McDonald's so it arrives at the same time as you arrive home, so you can eat it quick and fix the things, and yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a horrible
Yeah,
way
it was
to start
not.
the evening.
It was not the best day today. I was sat in meetings 8 hours straight, even lunch, and then needed to do this. Come here and like, I need a power nap. And I forgot to set an alarm because I didn't think I would fall asleep for real. And
Wow. Yeah, that sounds like a rough day. Like I think my day kind of went like the complete opposite. I was off to begin with, and and we just bought a new house and we're renovating it. So
Mm.
like the whole day I was working, I
Oh,
was
that's
putting
why you
isolation.
haven't sent deck pictures for like 2 weeks. You
Yeah, that was not the only
ah,
reason, but I was waiting for my cards to arrive. Like especially for Epic, I decided to upgrade my new border cards to old border cards. So it
games.
wasn't much of an abomination the deck picks that I would send in.
I like that. But we have
Yeah.
here dust bowling the port. You can dust bowl the port and protect yourself from 2 creatures. Oh no,
That's
okay,
nice.
it's his turn. Sorry. Now, okay. Focus on the game, Gordon. Focus on the game.
Yeah. We're getting there. Like the cop red is still there. No reinforced sources has been found. So there's a standstill now. So that means that at some point Alberta will draw 3 additional cards because there's no way you're not breaking it. But I like this game feels a lot more over than the humility game we saw last time around, right?
Yeah, not gonna go there. Not gonna go there this time.
Yeah, yeah I like those ballsy bets. So let's go there. Okay, I
Also,
think it's a 95%.
also 25 minutes left on the game clock. If this draws out, we can see a 1-1 actually, because it's hard to win
Yeah.
in time. Lucky, we have ban and restricted discussions in chat, of course. But I know I don't think Lackey will be banned. I actually was for that a couple of years ago, because I think it's probably one of the most powerful creatures in Premodern, if not the most powerful creature. Mother of Runes may take that spot.
Yeah, those are
Birds of
both very
Paradise
good.
also a good suggestion. Goblin Welder, even though there's no deck for Goblin Welder is a card. But yeah, Priest of Titania, absolutely a good suggestion there as well.
I don't like
Dreadnought,
betting cards.
but Dreadnought is just special.
But Dreadnought is like
Cowell
that's
has
like
it's
an archetype.
96% now, not 95. It's 96%.
Oh, it's not. Oh, it's been up now. Although there is one extra goblin, and a land can be tapped. But do we see an additional land to prevent that extra guy from dealing any damage? No, but regarding bannings, I just like a format to evolve on its own. You saw that with a couple of things, like the goblins were answered by people just playing more anti-red things. Sly was a good
Yeah.
deck. You have the same kind of answers for it, and you saw it with elves as well. Like people took a bit of time to adjust to the elves deck, and now although it's still very very good, don't get me wrong, like it's not putting up the same results as it was like at the start of 2021.
And that is also one thing. Like, there needs to be a best deck, and if you get the format that really works, then you will have a best deck that's not the best deck just because it's broken. It's the best deck
Yeah.
because it's the best deck. Then people start to hate on the best deck, and it's not anymore, and something else become the best deck. So you have that
Yeah.
this evolving, revolving meta.
Yeah,
Like that's when a
exactly.
format really, especially like there are no new cards being added, then you need to have the revolving format, so to speak,
Yeah.
with not broken
Yeah.
decks but best decks that just spins around depending on the metagame, and then the metagame becomes a thing as well for the people who are really involved in the format, which is a very fun part of Magic overall.
Yeah,
Choosing the
exactly.
correct deck in big tournaments and so on.
Yeah, and the only time I think banning is considered correct if you have your revolving format, but in the end one deck stays on top. People try to beat it and they cannot beat it, and
Yeah,
that's the
that's when
moment
it's a
that you.
problem.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I think that's not really the case at the moment. Like obviously there are a lot of good decks in pre-modern, and obviously like the Tide deck or Elves is putting up solid results. but in the end, people are beating it. So I don't like banning. Also, always feels like more of the lazy way out. Like, let's
That
complain
it
about
is.
something, and not think about how can we solve this. Yeah, but that's just my approach to it.
No, but I think that's the best approach, and also as I play a lot of old school, and people are even more ban there. We're like, no, because I want to play my favorite things here and there, and I'm one of them. Like, but that's not a reason to ban stuff, sort of. Like, ooh, and that's game.
Oh, there
That's
we
game.
go. We've got a Wrath of God. Let's see.
He actually had them in the deck.
He had them. Like, they were not still in the middle. Like, I can play this 57 card deck without Wrath of God.
Yeah. No, Herr Glans, I asked to restrict Mishra's Factory, but not because of power reasons or anything like that. I actually think it's the wrong choice. If you were looking to make like the correct choice, I just want it because I just don't want to play it anymore in my decks. I want to play good colored mana instead.
This for sure went to 97%. Only
Only
ringleaders
97.
remaining in the deck.
Okay.
You saw the Wrath of God, then you saw the counterspell on the ringleader. That was an important counterspell.
Yep. We have 3 cards in hand there for John. Yeah, it's time to scoop to give Alberto a chance to win 2 games.
Yeah,
That's also a good one.
How much time is still on the clock?
19 minutes 33 seconds.
Oh, yeah. So then still player, you probably need to play either lightning fast or like take into account that your deck takes 15 minutes to win a game of Magic.
Yeah. Blood Moon. Yeah, Blood Moon will be cool, but still. Thank you, Jess, for following.
Yeah, Blood Moon is actually really good. I think I only see 1 island and 1 lanes. So destroying like the counter spells is very good. But I think like there's a factory now, so the attacking can.
No, because he has the port still. Alberto need to Dust Bowl that port.
Yeah, exactly.
And then go to town to actually win this as quickly as possible. And here I believe... Oh, 3 mana. Okay.
As quickly as possible.
Oh, he cast its cycle for 0? No.
There are 4 soldiers.
That's good. 4 soldiers. Then killing that one, and then we have a clock. And it's...
Yeah.
Is it 98% now? Maybe.
I would scoop here if I were Jean-Marco, just to not get into this drawing situation that you don't want. But there at least is the green source. But like when Alberto was cycling his Degree of Justice, Jean-Marco did not respond with a naturalize, so I'm pretty sure there's no naturalize in the hand of Jean-Marco.
Yeah. And chat is actually commentating on one of those things that I like to commentate about, so I need to correct myself because of them. Because, yeah, I'm usually that douchebag, but Glans and Kevin Costnerino took it down this time. Cycling correctly. Because it's actually a triggered ability, the X. You actually pay 3. And
yeah, that's true.
Then you get...
It might be correct as well to not trigger your own standstill. I'm not sure if that is taken into account.
Is a draw better than losing? Oh, I have not given any thought to the tournament structure when it comes to that. So there's 10 players. We play pods of 5, and it's a round robin. So anyone that's good at tournament math, you can say if a draw is good, but it actually seems kind of good. Like winning 2 in a draw should put you... Because the 2 top out of 5 players, 2 goes to the semifinals. So 2 wins in a draw should be pretty good. Yeah,
I think so, but I think a draw is always better than a loss. Like, not only you're putting yourself on the same amount of points as another player. So
yeah. I don't know if it's good or not. I won't say anything because like tournament meta gaming, that is not my thing. Not at all.
I always think like more points is better. Like it makes me go higher in the rankings.
More points are better.
Yeah.
That's a good. Oh, another naturalize here. Do we have another counter? I believe so. After
that was actually I thought I was playing wrong probably with the amount of naturalized that were in Jean Marco's hand. Or did he just draw them from the top? That could be it. That's interesting. Like whether or not you want
and
to.
then ringleader.
Ooh, yes. Oh, that naturalized was nice. Then he just was baiting a naturalized to get his ringleader countered by a blue elemental blast. But
yeah, we have 5 of those as well.
yeah. Is this the first blue elemental blast that we saw?
I believe so, actually.
Yeah, I think so as well. Like this game is very over.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, this is more of a question like time-wise, what you want to do.
I would scoop here.
I would scoop here, absolutely. But if you're going for a draw, then you will not scoop. Then you want it to take time.
Yeah, but that's like a very competitive mindset, I think. So I would not be playing very competitively.
Thank you.
So
during the player meeting for this tournament, that was actually one of the things being brought up by me and Anton as well, organizers here, that it is okay to draw, or not to draw, to scoop. Like, you don't need to play because you think that is good content. It is okay to scoop, because that can even be better content sometimes.
I think so. I think like if I was watching this, I would probably be okay if we would move to sideboard again. But I think Svante was correct with the standstills being in, and I think like looking at this game, it really proves its worth. Like I really like the standstills in this game. It's going to be an interesting question whether we want to do the same thing when you're on the draw. Now you have the line of like, okay, blue elemental blast into standstill, but next game you're on the draw, you have to like maybe counter a lackey and another threat, and then have your standstill. So it's become more of a liability when you're on the draw. It's an interesting photo.
Absolutely. Oh, there's another creature. And chat for those new viewers or old viewers that still hasn't, please join our Discord. There's a link in chat right now. You can chat to all the players in Epic if they actually know their tech stuff. And there we have it. And most of all, you get all the updates on when we stream and so on. All the updates of players and whatnot, and you can follow along what happens. And chat with viewers and players and so on. I highly recommend my own Discord. I think it's good. I may be biased.
Completely biased, but that's okay.
Okay.
Like you should believe your own contents, right?
I do.
That's,
no, but
exactly.
Okay. For sure, I like it because it's not as crowded as like the pre-modern Discord, old school Discord, and so on. So there aren't like, oh, I left for an hour and blah, 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 blah. You can actually see like I have all notifications on. Of course, it's my Discord as well, but like it doesn't bother me, and I have notifications for anything written in any channel, because it's actually a very slow Discord. So it's good information, but you can also get answers and for things you want to discuss, and especially during stream. Yeah.
Do you think there's a point in time where you're not promoting your Discord anymore because it's too full?
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
Or maybe I need to like redo what it does.
Yeah.
So, because it's my main channel of saying when I stream. Because now we're having the Epic for 2 months. So also for those watching, this will be every Wednesday for 2 months. But other than that, the stream may be cancelled or moved a day and so on, and then that information will be primarily in the Discord.
Nice.
That's so if you want to keep up with like, oh, some people now are asking me what the hell happened on Fridays. I usually stream Fridays, but that's what happened. Epic.
Epic. Yeah.
Let's just have a look at this deck. The players are getting ready. They have shuffled up and so on. And I don't think they should... Yeah, maybe like the standstill part in the standstill deck on the draw, but that's about it. And we are going down to the game area.
Let's see what they're up to. Let's see if we can see a turn 1 Lecky for a change, right? We haven't seen that.
No. I would like to actually would really like to see that aggressive goblin start, because it's kind of beautiful, even though I don't like it.
Yeah, I think he's playing the slow goblin deck.
Sloblins. Slowbud, Goblin Tinkerer. For those who know more modern cards, it came like 2004.
That's that's a long time ago. But we do have the
Modern
turn 1
Frame.
goblin Lecky.
Yeah, we do.
It was Modern Frame already, right? I think 2001 they changed from...
2003.
Was it 2003 that Modern Frames?
So that's... Premodern is 94 to 03. Because you have 03, you have the last set of Scourge, and then Mirrodin starting.
Yeah, a lot of players stopped playing. Like
Exactly.
I really like the nostalgia of the old cards.
Yeah,
And
and
felt like...
I think Slowbud Goblin Tinker is from Darksteel the year after 2004.
Oh yeah. It's the one where you can sack an artifact to give an artifact indestructible, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
You know your modern, new fangled cards as well.
Yeah.
The ones that are
cards.
only like 8 years old. Oh, wait, not 8.
Oh.
18.
Yeah, it's even 19 now, right?
Weird. Magic's old.
Magic is old. Like, I had a lot of fun then. I think I was like 14 or 15 when Mirrodin was released.
Ooh, nice one there, countering killing the first goblin, and then... it's countered.
It's
Nice couple of first turns here. I like this. Yeah, we're not old. Magic is old. That's how it is, Valero.
Sure. I will stay young forever and not get bold at all.
Yeah,
at
same
any
here.
point of time. Yeah.
Singplot, of course you should get the Mox Diamonds. I saw on the interwebs that even Rich Shea is getting the diamonds now. Because it's the good card in Premodern. It's the most fun of all the expensive cards.
Yeah, and it allows you to play a lot of fun
Yes.
decks. Like
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah, like I'm not like only get them when you can afford them, of course. But if you get them, you can play such a wide variety of decks, from land decks to grow a talk.
Aggro, control, prison, combo.
Yeah, for sure.
They are one of the best top 10 cards, not only for expensive top 10, but top 10 best cards in Premodern. Like,
for sure.
Most powerful. Like, that's a card I could see getting banned. Not that it is a problem, like, at all. But it's so powerful that it could be in the future, depending on what happens and people come up with, because it's that powerful.
Yeah.
But it won't.
For sure.
But, yeah.
I can see, like, Mox Diamond not being banned. Like we're so deep into the format already. Like we've seen so many Great Mox Diamonds builds. Like I like if for some
No,
for example
that's what
something
I
will
said.
be
It won't happen. But like
no
it's
no
on the power level scale that it could
oh
happen because
yes
someone
oh yeah for
could
sure
like could break it. I know exactly which card I think is closest, but let's not talk about that right now. But
no
this game, no white mana for Alberto.
yeah no double blue as well. Like this is the issue that Land still has the most. Like Land still so many times just loses from its own mana base.
Yeah, and 6 minutes left. Actually, gonna update the players with that, I believe. They may not think so. Just a quick notice play, just so you know, there's 5 minutes and 39 seconds of the game left before time.
Yeah, I think it feels like Gianmarco is really running away with this game. Like his double war chief, then into a matron. Like it feels
Yeah.
like it's hard to attack in this board state because of the double Mishra's factory. But like I think if Gianmarco is just playing goblins, I
Yeah,
think he can
Matron's
make it
getting a
work.
king to make the creatures big enough for trading with Factory.
I'm a little surprised by that, to be honest. Like I would probably go for a goblin ringleader here.
Depending on if he has a land or not.
No, but he has two war chiefs, so the ringleader only costs two. So
Oh
I
yeah,
would,
sorry. Oh, stupid me.
yeah. So I think like you're not putting yourself in the position to attack even with a goblin king. Like let's say you attack with you play the goblin king, it resolves, and you attack with your two war chiefs. The
Yeah.
opponent just has like two Mishra factories to just block one, double pump the Mishra factory, and just kill your war chief there.
Or just blocking both, killing one, because no, it's for he doesn't have 5 mana.
No, he does not. And also like if he already has a goblin ringleader in hand, I would probably play the ringleader over the goblin matron there.
By the way, chat, just because Premodern Denmark reminded me here, for those who are in chat and are waiting for Christmas gifts from the Wak-Wak channel, sorry that it took some time. I was out sick 2 weeks immediately after New Year's. And then I at last got the envelopes to send everything to you. And I forgot the stamps. But they are coming. Sorry, guys. I feel bad, but they are coming at least. Now the envelopes are here at least.
Nice.
Oh my god.
I probably, let's see, the life totals are you're still pretty high. Like you could just like double activate, block the Goblin King and block the Matron here, and just pump it, leaving him with the two war chiefs. But you can still like now just kill the Goblin King and take 8 damage, which is
Exactly.
another Blue Elemental Blast. Yeah.
Yeah, this is not going as John hoped it would.
For sure not.
I don't think this was his plan, so to speak.
No, and still he's in okay shape. But this kind of shows why fetching a ringleader would have been nice there. Although the ringleader would just be countered, but at least then you know what's up instead of knowing it during your attack step when you don't want to find out what's up. Yeah.
And Plow, and there's 2 cards in John's hand there, so...
Wow, Alberto flipped this game completely.
Yeah, I think this was John's game there. when Alberto was kind of stuck on mana.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
looks like a draw. I do
I
believe
would.
so, because Alberto winning quickly enough, 17 life if he gets 5 turns.
I mean, there are two Michel's factories. So I would probably get a little gambly here, just for fun and
Yeah, but
giggles.
if he gets 3 of the 5 turns and hit with them 3 times, that still doesn't kill Jian. So he needs to do 5 damage before even going to turns. Kind,
Or
almost.
did I miss time being called?
No, time is in 1 minute. And Demonic
Ah,
Words,
time.
thanks for 2 months subscribing there. I am very happy that you guys like what we're doing, because I'm gonna sit here every Wednesday now.
Yeah,
Frank, you just
you'll
need to be here every once in a while.
yeah, yeah. I'm here next week as well, but I'm playing 2 matches.
Who are you playing next week?
I'm playing against Phil Taylor, and the after that I'm playing against Antti. Yeah. So.
The Finnish Juggernaut.
Oh yes, yeah. That was an interesting one. Like, I
He
spent a lot of time.
he has the best record on stream, 2021.
Oh, seriously? So
Yeah,
I should watch
he
out.
won. He won stream 2021.
Nice. Oh, that was the Wak-Wak
The
prizes,
Wacky Awards.
The
Exactly.
Wacky Awards.
And now
yeah.
we have time, so I'm gonna talk to the players real quick. Hello, players. Can you hear me?
Yep.
I got.
We
That
hear
is
you.
good to know.
Yeah.
Yes, you know that is time in the round.
Oh,
So whose turn is it right now? It's Alberto's. Or who is
it's
playing
Alberto's.
right now?
Yeah.
It's me, Alberto.
Yes. So turn number 1 will then be Gian's turn, and it's 5 turns, and
Okay,
then the game
good.
is over.
Okay.
So if someone think they can win in 5 turns, please continue to play. Otherwise, you may also scoop. But if you think you can win, do play it
I
out.
think that Alberta has a good chance.
Yeah. So play.
Okay, so I.
Okay.
Nice.
Players
Can you
think
hear
that
me as well?
Alberto has a chance because he has a 3rd Mishra and he also has 3 1-1s now.
Yeah. I think he has a good chance of still winning this. He has 2 additional attack steps. So let's see the max amount of damage that he can do. It's like 5 this turn, 7,
He can do
9,
9.
and then 9 per turn. So that's enough
Yeah.
to win. I mean,
He has 2
It's,
turns to get through 12 damage.
yeah, and
That could
with
be done.
Alberto winning on time, that means he got like max value for the time being on stream. So,
That's the way to put it as well.
yeah, that's how I approached it as well. Like, if looking at my decks for next week.
Oh, ringleader. Do we have an answer? We
Yeah.
do.
Oh, yes, there is a mana leak. Yeah, that was an important one.
Mana League, by the way, we haven't talked about that. There's 4 of them in land still.
Yeah,
That is kind of
Yeah, it's-
unusual, isn't it, today? Just because
No,
it's
no.
a draw go deck, Mana League becomes not that good after a while. Usually,
Yeah,
depending on what deck you
that's
play against.
true. But the thing with Landstill is always that its mana is pretty bad, so you need to survive the early turns. And I think mana leak is a nice way to bridge the gap that's between your early turns and your later turns, where counterspell is clearly the best.
You
card,
don't
but
like the prohibit then better for the early.
it's fine. I like with prohibit. It's a solid card, but I cannot counter the 3-drops from my opponent when I'm on the draw. So I think prohibit makes it more of a coin flip whether or not I win the die roll, and it is very good when I'm on the play, and it is pretty mediocre when I'm on the draws. Imagine in this matchup, for example, you are on the draw and your opponent casts a turn 3 Goblin War Chief, and you have your prohibit in hand. That just sucks. So I like cards that do what I want it to do, and that's just get me back when I'm behind in the game. And that's what Mana Leak does pretty good. So I like Mana Leak.
Ego in chat says it goes instead of Absorb, and yeah, that's probably true.
Oh yeah.
Okay, here we see the last attack from Jian. We have 2 blockers. That means only 5 damage go through.
There's an incinerator. Oi, oi, oi.
And
does he have a blue elemental blast? No, he does not.
No, that still doesn't work. You can't counter cycling.
No, but you can kill a goblin in response.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's only 2 actually.
Yeah,
you are correct. But the thing is, Alberto didn't attack with the 3/1/1s last turn. That would have been 1 more damage coming through if they blocked 1/1s. I actually think he could have taken it down.
I think so as well. He's being too cautious. That's a typical land still approach of it. Like, we still have all the time. Extra turns. Who cares?
And that's a counter spell. I don't know why they...
Yeah, but
and
the game is basically over. Like, this obviously would have been Alberto.
No, wait. Hello, players. I'm back. This is turn 6 right now.
Yeah.
Not turn 5.
Ooh.
Just so you know that.
Okay.
That the last turn of the game was Gian getting his guy countered.
Okay.
So that's a draw.